Hello and welcome to the next video in this tutorial series, and in this video we will go about the basic dodging things you can do with land units, and we will start with the most easiest thing, dodging indirect fire. For example, from artilleries. Artilleries deal very high damage, but also their shots have a high ballistic arc, so if you see an arty firing, you just move a bit away and the arty will shoot somewhere, but surely not at your unit. And you can also do this with whole troops of units, of course, and if you move back and forward all the time, the arty will not be able to hit you. So dodging indirect fire is really no problem. Same thing goes for all arties more or less. The problem with the tech-free arty is that it has a very high AoE spell, so it's quite difficult actually to dodge it, but it's possible if you do that. The most important thing is to do that against Tech 1 artillery. Then if you're facing a lab with your own lab, the best thing to do is just randomly move in circles, so the other lab will not be able to shoot you. And if you micro very well, you can probably take up to 3 McMarins that are not microed. So that's also not a big problem. More difficult is dodging direct fire, for example from tanks, and we will later give an example on how to dodge direct fire from PDs. That's impossible with all PDs. But if you micro a tank against a tank, you should just move in cycles. Just move in cycles all the time. You will get some shots, but you will not get many, so most shots will miss. And if you do that, you can, let's say, save up to 50% of your health. Be aware that you shouldn't do that with Aeon, because Aeon tanks have a slow turret turn rate, and also I'm not sure how good this is with Mantis. You have to try that out and find out what's best for you, but that's basically the tactic how you dodge direct fire from tanks. You just move in cycles. If you want to dodge the direct fire from PDs, that's a bit more tricky, and you should be aware that some shots will definitely hit. So you cannot dodge all shots, and dodging PD shots is not a permanent solution, but only a solution if you want to move backwards and only have very less HP left, and you should also see the PD. So if you see the PD firing, just in that moment, you try to move, and then it will maybe hit, or maybe not. But again, you can't do this forever, so I would say if you get 25% damage reduction, it's a very nice deal already, because the shots from Tech 2 PD are quite fast. It's maybe a bit more easier with the Oblivion Cannon, but for example with the Cybern Cannon and the Seraphim Cannon that are shooting a constant stream of damage, it's totally impossible. With few FPD it is possible, as you see. So you should always wait for the moment the PD shots and then just turn around, and it's more or less the same, but you don't move real cycles, you just move randomly left and right. So the last very important thing to know about micro is on the experimental stage, the chicken bot from the Seraphim. So if I just spawn a chicken bot and spawn a GC. So the GC will win against the chicken bot, but it will lose much HP and it will probably die to the passive of the chicken bot. Actually it's called Yotiota, but everybody calls it chicken bot. So it will call the energy signature the chicken bot leaves back. But you should know that chicken bot has huge DPS, but the main DPS comes from a 10,000 damage shot that is projected from the head. And if you just move away and dodge these shots, even if you get some fire, then you will still be able to dodge the huge damage shots, and you will be able to get way more health than you would have get if you just stand still. So I will show you what happens if we just duel now, and I will after that I will show you what happens if I just move on it without dodging anything. So you see I've survived with 20,000 HP, a bit less, because the stupid thing, whatever it is exactly. So 15,000 health left. And let's do the same without micro, so you can actually see the difference. That one will not shoot, it's on hot fire. So as you can see, the huge damage shots really hurt. And now maybe the GC will even lose. I think it will win. Normally it will win. But you lose much HP that you don't have to lose if you dodge these huge damage shots. So microing is always a good idea, and it's the same like the Tech 1 tanks. You can just randomly move in circles and bit left and bit right shortly before this ball is launched. And then you will be able to easily defeat these chicken bots, and they are not so much OP as they maybe seem at first. So that's it for this week. So that's it for this video, and in the next video we will focus on how to micro Tech 1 air bombers, because that's maybe the most important thing on the Tech 1 air stage. And if you're able to do that and do an early bomber, you can basically win the game with your first unit. So see you in